This moment right now feels solid, except it isn't. And I'm not speaking metaphorically here. See, right now you're sitting somewhere. Maybe you feel the weight of your body, the screen in front of you, my voice reaching your ears. All of it feels intimate, present, and real, right? Except here's what's actually happening. Everything you're experiencing right now in this moment, the screen, my voice, your thoughts about what I'm saying, all of it is already gone. Let's start with something simple. You see this chair right here? Solid, right? Dense, physical, except that it's not. See, at the atomic level, which is what this chair is actually made up of, atoms are 99.99% empty space. The nucleus of an atom is so small compared to its electron cloud that if you scale the atom up to the size of a football stadium, the nucleus would be the size of a pea at the center. Everything else is just empty. But it gets even stranger. You see, when I place my hand on the chair, my hand isn't actually touching the chair. The electrons in the atoms of my hand and the electrons in the atoms of the chair actually repel each other through electromagnetic force. They never make contact. Right now, you're not sitting on your chair. You're hovering above it, held in place by electromagnetic repulsion. There is a gap, a void, always. Remember that line from The Matrix? There is no spoon? They meant it philosophically, but literally, they're right. The spoon, as you experience it, does not exist, not in the way you think. So what is solidity? It is a sensation your brain creates. Touch isn't the physical contact of surfaces. It's electromagnetic resistance, interpreted as texture, as pressure, as weight. Your entire tactile reality, everything you've felt, is a translation, not the thing itself. The intimacy we feel with physical reality, the sense that we're it, touching it, connected to it, is an elaborate hallucination, a magic trick, a very convincing one, but an illusion nonetheless. Now, let's talk about time. Neuroscientists tell us there is a processing delay between everything occurring and your awareness of it. About half a second. Light hits your retina, sound waves reach your ear, your brain takes all of this data, processes it, constructs a coherent experience, and then you become aware of it. By the time you experience this moment, it's already over. But here is what they miss. Who is actually measuring this delay? Think about it. The scientists are describing a gap between reality and your awareness of reality. An event happens here and you experience it there, half a second later. But this only makes sense if there is a separate you standing on the other side of that gap, an observer waiting for experience to arrive. But what if there isn't? I mean, awareness isn't receiving reality with a lag. There is no one on the receiving end. The delay only exists from the perspective of a constructed self, the me, who thinks that it's experiencing life. The story of a separate observer watching reality unfold. But when you look for this observer, this separate you, who is half a second behind, then what do you find? And here's the radical thing. Life isn't happening to awareness. It's happening as awareness. There is no distance to cross, no gap between what's happening and the awareness of it. The half a second delay exists for the idea of you, not for what's actually aware. When there is no separate experiencer, there is no distance to cross, no waiting, no delay. The distinction between what's happening and your awareness of it collapses, not because you've transcended time, not because you've become enlightened, but because the separation was never real to begin with. It was just another story, another illusion. So let me ask you something. If physical experience is constructed, empty space interpreted as solidity, and temporal experience is delayed consciousness arriving half a second later, what's aware of that? The awareness listening to these words right now, is it delayed? Is it constructed? Or is it what all constructions appear within? Here's where it gets tricky. We can't step back far enough to see awareness. We can't make it an object to study, because it's not in your experience. It's what's experiencing objects. Every attempt to find it is already it, looking. In my work as a magician and mentalist, I use something called misdirection. I direct your attention here so that you don't notice what is happening there. It works because attention is selective, limited. You can only focus on so much at once. But here's what I've noticed. There is something that sees both the misdirection and the attention. When I'm performing, I'm aware of the audience's focus, the method I'm using, the effect I'm creating, my own thoughts about the performance, all of it simultaneously. that which sees the trick being played, that which reads the audience, that which notices the performance itself. But is it ever fooled? So here's what I'm suggesting. The illusion isn't a problem to solve. It's not something wrong that needs fixing. It's a magic show, an extraordinary one. Atoms that aren't touching, creating the sensation of solidity. Neural processing, delays, creating the experience of now. A construct itself, creating the feeling of separation. It's brilliant, and you're not in the audience. You're the theater itself. This recognition, if you can call it, doesn't make the world less solid. This chair still feels like a chair. The half-a-second delay still happens. Your body still feels separate. Nothing changes. And everything changes, because what was never caught in any of it, the awareness that sees the illusion, that experiences the delay, that notices the construction, reveals itself as what you actually are. Not the character in the magic show. The space in which the show appears. This moment still feels solid. You still feel the delay. The illusion hasn't gone anywhere, but now you know. The awareness of these is not an illusion. It is what you are. It's what's been here all along, and it never left. It never arrived. It never moved. The atoms will keep not touching. The signal will keep lagging. The story of being a separate self will keep running. But you, the actual you, were never in any of it. You are what it's all happening within.